It gives me great pleasure to introduce you guys to Niklas from the band The Halo Effect. Welcome, Niklas.
Thank you, Barney. Nice being here.
Excellent. Again, I said it before, and thank you for doing this. I'm loving the music you guys are producing.
Thank you.
From what we'll talk about that in a moment, because obviously the album and all that coming out, a couple of tour dates. I say a couple, quite a few. But yeah, no, I just just wanted to sort of get some background on the band because it's a new project. Obviously, you're going to have comparisons with your previous bands that in there, obviously, namely In Flames. I'm taking it. I've not really seen many news things, but just due to a lot of you being from that band or part of that band at some point, you may draw some similarities from that on that front. But yeah, if I can get some background on how the Halo Effect came to be.
It's, I mean, when you look at it, we could easily form this band back in 91 or 92 because we've known each other since way back late. It is early 90s. I mean, me and Michael, that gigs together, they were called Septic Broiler at the first of the night, but when they left the stage, they were called Dark Tranquility.
Yes.
And I played at that gig. I was in a band called Sarcasm at the time. And I mean, we've been there since the formative years, and we're doing this for long in different bands and different do. And if we happen to be five in the same band in different times. So, but friends since way back, that's the cool thing, I think. I mean, me and Michael always met up and just talk about music, albums, festivals, gigs. We are bearer, lowrider kind of stuff, Caius, you know, all this rock thing. And not forget about The Cult, of course. Sonic Temple, amazing album. Yeah, you see, I just go. I mean, and Jesper and me used to hang out. We went to the same high school together, and we formed our first band, Poltergeist, which was the name. And we had one gig together in the 8th grade, I think. I think we played Gogella Miss Molly, the hit single, the rock and roller.
Yeah.
And we met up, and we just had a couple of meetings at the end of 19. Do we think we can play some music together, just to do things and just hang out and for a laugh? And one thing led to another. Yeah, let's try to write some music. And then we met up at Peter's place, and the first song we actually wrote together was Gateways, which happens to be on the album.
Yeah. Because
we didn't at the time know which way we should go with the music. Shall we go with our favorite, Rush? Shall we be High on Fire? You know, we didn't know because there was so much music going on. And but just, okay, let's go. Let's not overthink stuff. Just play and go with it. And Gateways kind of show the way for us, which way to go.
Yeah.
And at the end, I think it was in December, we recorded a demo. Gateways, Shadow Minds, Feel What I Believe was the first 3 songs. And then the second demo in 2020, I think it was late January or something like that. So it wasn't that obvious because we've known each other for so long. I mean, shall we do this? We didn't. There was many factors that had to be solved before it, but it solved itself by just writing Gateways because we knew we want to play together. That was cool. Nice. But what kind of music? Yeah, let's stick to what we can do the best.
Yeah, I mean, what you guys have produced is really, really good. I've heard the 4 tracks that you've got out at the moment. I've not heard the album yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people, good
people. Okay.
I'm sure the good people at Nuclear Blast will furnish it to me. But no, I'm loving Days of the Lost, the title track of the album.
Thank you.
And what's the one? The Feel What I Believe.
Yeah.
and the two other tracks, because I heard you guys back in, I think it was January. I think you threw the first single out.
November.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, just really enjoyed the music, and then obviously this opportunity came up, and I was like, yes, please, yes, let's do this.
Of course, great for me.
So I'm looking forward to the album, which is out on August 12th for the people listening, so they can go and check that out when it comes out. But they can go to stream at the moment 4 tracks from it. So how did the how did the album come together? How was that? Like, obviously you talk about gateways and stuff like that, those tracks and stuff, but when it came down to like getting the album together, what was that like? Was that anything like, because a lot of projects came to fruition when the world shut down, because no one was out gigging, no one was, you know, doing this, that, and the other. In Sweden, you guys had kind of a bit more of an open gate on that front. But like, when did that, like, album come together?
When it was clear that there was a pandemic throughout the world and everything was closed, shut down. Wow. We just continued writing because we had such a good flow and we had a lot of fun doing it. And everything come together really easy, you know. So we were dwelling at Create Studios with the producer Oscar Nilsson, and we can come and go hour of fortunate to have such a possibility to do that. We just kept writing, and it was very times, because I think that he is not to overthink stuff, and we've known each other for so long, and we've been in. That was the key. We didn't have any pressure. We didn't have any deadlines, and we were going under the radar because no one knew about the band except for our close friends and families, and it was a tight unit. No one knew about it. So when we were exposure, when we finally released the first single, Shadow Minds, in November, I didn't know what to expect or what to think. I just, all right, let's release it. Let it out. It was a relief, because you wanted to talk about this band and we have these songs and we are really, it feels so good, you know, but we couldn't. There was a shut down. We couldn't do that. And then when Shadow Minds came out, it was like, wow, what a feedback. I didn't know what to expect, you know.
No, I mean, it was a hell of a track to come out with, to be perfectly honest with you. It was really good, and it, like I said, it got my attention, and I've been playing it on and off on my radio show. I've been playing it. I played it out at because I DJ rock clubs here in the UK, so I've given it a few spins there as well to the people that are there. And the reaction's been nice. It's been good, and a lot of people ask, "What is this? Who is this band?" So hopefully, I've turned a few people onto you.
Thank you for doing that, Barney.
But no, it's like I say, the I'm looking forward to hearing the whole album on that front, and
of course,
and sort of get my sort of teeth into it. But you've got very soon, in fact, you've got a European tour coming up. So literally starts on the 9th of August. Is that right?
Or is it 5th? Oh, I'm not sure.
I think you're coming to the UK.
Everything is so many dates.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a run of UK shows, which you're supporting Amon and Amarth, and also Machine Head are on that tour as well.
Machine Head.
Yeah, which is mad.
That's gonna be awesome. Great band.
It's a mad show. And you're playing over this weekend coming up. It's also Bloodstock weekend as well for the people that do furnish that festival. And I mean, you've got going on tour with those those bands, really. I mean, what can people expect from you guys? I mean, obviously you'll be like, you know, you're the opening band essentially, but
we are.
It's a huge show. I mean, I've seen Head multiple times. I've seen them on Amarth a good few times as well. And they're both, I mean, last time I saw Machine Head was they did their evening with which was actually in a tiny venue. It was a small venue in the States. And it was like, because here they'll play sort of big venues, I'd say big semi-arenas.
Of course.
And it was amazing.
Yeah. So good. So good.
I mean, you guys must be stoked for that tour. I mean, it must be, what I mean, is this is your first tour with that? Like,
our first tour, and we're playing our 4th gig tomorrow at Wacken.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, this tour with the classic band and like Amon, Amarth, and Machine, and great bands. I'm a huge fan of both bands. And I mean, I remember the first time hearing Burn My Eyes, the Davidian track on Headbangers Ball. And I was like, oh, where is the album? I need it now. So good. No, we will do our best. We will try to survive on that stage.
Yeah. I say it's quite intimidating. I mean, from a standpoint of like, I mean, I used to be in a band back in the day, and I remember supporting big bands, and it was quite, I mean, even though they're all really nice, like it totally blew my mind that everyone was really nice, but like having to go out there in front of their fans and kind of prove yourself, or become who you are, if you will, on that front. And it sort of Machine Head fans and Amarth fans, I would say they're quite, I don't say they're quite hard to please, but they love their heavy, almost like they just love their heavy music.
Yeah, they do. That's for sure.
So I mean, like I said, from what I've heard for you, I mean, you'll be absolutely fine. Your music is great, so it'll be fine on that front. It's just, I just wanted to know what's going through your mind on that front. And obviously, you're playing. You say you're playing Wacken tomorrow as well.
Yeah, Wacken tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, it's, I'm so happy that we're doing this. I mean, and to see all these happy faces when we're playing, it makes us just go even crazier. I mean, it's just so much fun doing this. It's heavy metal, and it's supposed to be a collaboration between the audience and the band on stage, and then you make the evening happening and explosive.
Yeah,
I love that.
No, that's, I mean, it's set to be something special, I think, on that front. I'd love to be there. Unfortunately, I am not around this weekend. Which it really sucks, because I was like, but I've got another thing to attend. So it's but next time you guys are over here, I will definitely be coming to check you out on that front.
Of course, see you in the fall then.
But it's it's one of those things where I'm like, I saw the dates coming up, and I was looking at my diary, and I just like, no, because I'm not even going to Bloodstock. So like, I try and go to festivals or gigs or whatever, and
of course,
it's not going to happen this time. But I will check you out next time. So what are your plans? Like anything like further forward than what you've got at the moment? Because obviously you've got this European tour, you've got your album coming out in a couple of weeks. What other things have you got in store?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming up, and we are in the middle of this festivals and doing a lot of press, talking to press media, and just promoting ourselves and building the band, and just having a good time doing that, which is important. And at the same time, of course, we are writing music.
That is important.
You can't. I just gotta do it. It's so much fun writing music, and then let's see what happens. And maybe a new album in the can.
That'll be good. I mean, you guys you got onto obviously Nuclear Blast as well. So you've got quite a highly reputable label behind you as well. Which is great. I like it, and it'll get you out there. And obviously, I mean, you guys have been in bands before, so it's kind of like, you kind of know the ropes on that front. It's weird talking to a newly formed band and then thinking, actually, no, you guys have been in other bands, and it's like, just trying to get my head around it. But I mean, just so I've got a couple of questions left for you, if that's all right. And then we can
go on it.
Wrap things up, if you will. But what I'd like to know is more about yourself. What 3 albums can you pinpoint for yourself as like albums that kind of changed your life at that point? So not necessarily your favorite albums, but the album or song, like you mentioned Davidian earlier. You saw that on Headbangers Ball.
That's, I mean, I have to go back when I was maybe 11, 12 when you figure out I maybe like heavy metal, hearing Restless and Wild and stuff like that. But what got me, wow, there's so many bands. But I remember my dad actually came home with the album with Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. That was my first ever album. And he kind of figured out that I might be into heavy metal because he's a huge country freak himself. He loves Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, and all this classic stuff. And he's a vinyl collector. And he came home with Defenders of the Faith. Open that inner bag, inner sleeve with KK, Glenn Tipton, Rob Halford, and the whole band was like, and they're putting on Free Will Burning for the first time. Yeah. It's so fast. It's how can you can only sing that fast? Yeah. Wow, it's just, you hit by lightning. It's like, and I was staring at this inner sleeve for years. It's like, I want to be, wow, take it down. Can you do that? With that flying V? Wow. All this, you were like a sponge back in the day. Yeah. And then the second album I would go with is Merciful Fate, Don't Break the Oath. Yeah. It was around the same time. And I also just hit me like a, wow, what's this? This is, and it was a little bit satanic. It was a little bit scary, but at the same time, I need to, so good.
Excellent.
And the third album, also from my dad, which was my second album ever. My dad is very supportive when it comes to music. Hey, son, here you go. Listen to this one. He came home with Motorhead, No Sleep Till Hammersmith.
Amazing.
I was, again, it's a live album. Wow. Yeah. It's, I go with these three albums.
Fantastic. All those bands, Merciful Fate, amazing. Judas Priest, obviously I'm from the land of Judas Priest, not quite in the era where they were formed, but I know them very well. And Motorhead, they were actually my gateway. I saw them on a TV show as a kid, just like a sitcom basically, just a random comedy, but they sometimes had a musical guest on while they did a montage scene, and they had Motorhead on doing Ace of Spades. And so they're live on this, in their set, which was like a student's flat in London. And they're sort of getting ready to go onto a TV show called University Challenge. Anyway, the whole montage is just Ace of Spades. So you're just watching Lemmy just doing his standard microphone there. And then you've got the classic lineup of Motorhead as well with Campbell and all that.
Fast Steady.
Yeah, and it's just amazing. And I'm that's when I sort of started to look at heavy music. And then my dad was always into kind of rock music and all that kind of stuff. He was into very much sort of the more guitar based music, like Eric Clapton, The Shadows. But he occasionally had an Iron Maiden tape or
what? Wow.
He had Number of the Beast on cassette tape. I remember that very well. And then I got into Guns N' Roses and stuff like that, sort of the bigger band at the time. And just Motorhead were the catalyst for me, which is one of those things. But obviously, Hammersmith album is great because it is a live album and it's recorded really well as well. So
yeah, it is. It is.
It's very rare you get a good sounding live album.
No, it's great. It's great.
But with their stuff, it was great. But no, three fantastic albums on that front. But finally, what are your hobbies away from music? So when you're not playing on your guitar, doing stuff for Halo Effect or anything else, what do you kind of do?
Yeah. I do a lot of running. I'm really into running. I love football, all things soccer. I just love it. Football and indoor band and all that stuff. But I can't be in a team because I can be with the team 1 week and, oh, no, guys, I need to be in the studio next week. I can't, what do you say? Commit to it. Yeah. So I started to run instead, and I'm into this run streak and stuff like that. And I love my mountain bike as well.
Cool.
I like to get out in the fresh air. I live. It's very close to the nature where I live.
Yeah.
It's just get out, get on the running shoes, and just go with it.
Oh, amazing. That's cool. I mean, who's your football team?
My football. I mean, I remember growing up, I really was into Liverpool.
Oh, good.
Ian Rush, Kenny Dalglish, Sam Lee, all these classic football player.
Yeah.
And Kevin Keegan, of course.
Of course, yes.
Of course. Gotta have Kevin Keegan.
The hair and everything. No, Liverpool are my team as well. So this is good.
Yep.
Yeah, no. And locally, like, do you have a sports team local to where you are that you watch, or like to sort of follow?
I would love to do more of that, but I'm really, really happy right now because my youngest daughter is a footballer and she really loves it. She is 9 years old and really getting into it. So I kind of pass on the torch to her, which I'm really happy. I'm trying to be her coach for the team, but she stopped me. Dad, you can't be here. Be over there. All right then. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of that. So I think we're gonna go and see EFK Gothenburg quite soon.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, that's really cool. I mean, I've got a couple of daughters of my own. They're very much into the football. They're very happy recently because obviously England, the European. Finally, an English team won something.
Yeah. Yes,
national team that is won something.
That was a good champion. I mean, I was watching every game, of course, with my Loma daughter. She's really collecting all these pictures of all the players and all that stuff. But it was really good.
It was, and I hope it picks up from there and does gets to the sort of like size that it deserves to get to.
Yes, most definitely. I agree, Barney.
And and obviously, if your daughter follows through and wants to be a professional football player, like I
hope so.
Hope one of mine will.
Hope.
Yeah, I've got 2 out of the 3 at the moment that are into it, so we'll see how it goes. But Niklas, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and everything. Good luck with the album and the tour.
Thank you.
Catch you guys next time you're over here. Or if ever I find myself in a city where you're playing, not just in England but anywhere else that I'm traveling to.
I gotta show you something, Barney. Since you're a Motorhead fan, I got these paintings. What do you think?
Oh wow!
It's a Lemmy Ghost Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. Where'd you get that?
It's a friend of mine who made it to me.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's a really cool one.
Yeah, no, it's like the statue at Hellfest and everything as well. That was amazing.
And, so cool.
Yeah, just the mark that man has left in the like heavy music like scene is amazing. Like it's not that I would think of anything less, but he was what he was till the end.
Yep.
Well, he was still performing, and then it just obviously got too much for him. But he never gave up. It was like this was who he was.
Yes,
and it was just like
so good.
So good. Such a legacy. Such a legacy. I love that painting.
Thank you.
I may have to get something similar done myself. Awesome. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Barney.
Good luck with everything. Have fun at Wacken tomorrow.
Thank you.
And cool. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye.